In this tutorial, I'll be going over how to manage your footer content and also how to manage the menu on your website. So both of those sections are actually found under Appearance. So if you go over to the left-hand side menu and go under Appearance, you're going to see two major options that I want to talk about. One is called Widgets and one is called Menus. Now widgets are basically, they're small content areas that make up your footer. And so if you click on the widgets area, it'll load, and and you'll see that we have footer widgets listed here. There's also a couple other widgets that aren't used very frequently anymore. They're mostly for sidebars, and so lately with modern web design there's been a lot less sidebars, but if you do have a sidebar on your website, you may find it that the content for that sidebar is under our widgets area. And that just basically allows us to make it universal, so that if you change content on the sidebar in the widgets area, it will change across all your pages, and you don't have to go to the page editor and change that content over and over again. And it's the same thing with the footer. Basically, we have universal content within the footer. The footer is always the same on every single page. And so if you want to edit that content, we want to do it in a universal way so that it changes across all pages. And we do that in the widgets area. And so if you actually open up one of the footer widgets, you'll see the content that's underneath it. Most likely the content is held within a visual editor. And the visual editor works the exact same way as the text block element. So what we were just talking about in one of the previous tutorials was using the text block element. If you need to learn how to use that element, just go look at that tutorial and you'll get full instructions on this area. The only new thing that's included in the widgets area is a title. And so if you want a title above the content that's in this element, then you can put a title in. And you'll see that within our text block element, or the visual editor as it's referred to in the widgets area, is just a basic footer menu. And so we just have a list of some of the pages on our website here. Right now on this website there's 3 different columns in the footer, and so there's actually 3 different widgets. So this one has the address and information like that, and this last widget is a link to become a franchise owner for this website. So that's basically where you're going to manage your footer content or any sidebar content. And you'll kind of see that one of the common sidebars that's used is if you have a blog, you might have a sidebar for your blog, and so you can find that content here. Anytime that you make changes to one of these visual editors, always make sure that you hit your save button before you navigate away from your page, because if you navigate away from this page, you're going to lose all of the work that you were doing. So that's about it for managing the footer area. It's actually quite easy. The other thing that I wanted to show was how to manage the menus. So if you go to the menus area, you're going to see the menu structure on your website. So if you want to change the menu structure, it's actually really easy. It's a drag and drop interface. And so if you wanted to change services to the end of your menu, for example, you can drag that down here and it'll change that order. We can also add new pages to the menu with this left-hand side area. It'll show you the most recent pages that were created on the website. Or if you click on View All, it'll actually show a list of all of the pages on this current website. So if I wanted to add a new link into this menu, I think everything's included already, but for example, if I wanted to add a Contact Us page, we could click on Contact Us and click Add to Menu, and it will show up at the bottom here. And then if you wanted to change the order of that, we could simply just drag and drop it where we wanted in the menu. If you want that new item that you just added to be a drop-down menu instead of part of the top level, we can actually indent. And so if we indent our new page, then it will become a drop-down. So for example, this is probably a bad example because it's Contact Us, but if I move it over here into Resources, if somebody hovered over Resources, then they would see a drop-down for the Contact Us sub-menu. And we can do that with as many elements as we want. And so if we clicked a bunch of new elements here and added them to the menu, we could just keep indenting underneath that, and we could add to that drop-down menu. And we could even make another tier of drop-downs if we wanted to by indenting farther. So then we'd have Resources. If someone hovers over Resources, it brings up Contact Us. If they hover over Contact Us, then it gives us the About Us link. And you can just see that structure built within those indentations. Sorry. Besides that, that's about it for the menu management. I mean, if you open up one of the actual pages, you can change the navigation label if you want to. So if you don't want it to say contact us, you just want it to say contact, we could delete that us part and it'll change the text on that menu item. Now that does not change the title of your page, that's only going to change it in the menu. So if you wanted to reflect the same name on the page also, you would have to go to your page management and change that title. And then before you navigate away from this area, always make sure you save, just like with everything else. We must click on the blue Save Menu button. Otherwise, when we move away from this page, we're going to lose the changes that we just did. So that's about it. That's how you manage your footer and your menu area.